these comparisons with artists that kind of don't even compare to each other.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense, really.
Because when you think about it, if you think about the content of their music, it's not even in the same genre. I mean, it's rap,
it's technically,
but it's not,
but it's not really.
Yeah, it's not the same type of thing.
There's a picture. I might do a screenshot. I'm not going to credit the person because I don't know this person. But it says...
That's horrible.
Yeah,
well, sorry.
Because, like, we've had those issues.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
so
I don't know.
Probably credit who
Shouts
did
to
it.
Beans Anderson.
Is that who it is? Okay. Yeah, I had to zoom in. Thank you, Long. So, shout out to Beans.
Cite your sources.
Got
Or
to.
cite your sources.
Got to. So, here's a picture with Soulja Boy and Nip side by side. And he says, Soulja Boy, more of a rap legend than Nipsey was.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about that? Is there any merit to this?
Yeah, unfortunately.
You're honest. You're being honest.
No, I mean, you have to look at it like this. There are
Can't
people
speak
who
with emotion on it.
Yeah.
they go by sales, what was on the radio, what was popping when they were outside, if you will. And at one point, Soulja Boy just had those records.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, a lot of you didn't care nothing about Nipsey until after he died.
Facts.
And that's, you know, just like I remember, you know, putting it out there. It's like, I don't want to hear any Nipsey Hussle, like, you know, tribute mixes on your commercial radio station when you didn't play his records anyway.
Right.
You didn't care nothing about him. And now it's like, oh, the marathon continues. Shut your ass up. You didn't care nothing about him when he was alive. You just thought, some of you only knew him as a dude that Lauren London dates.
Yep.
You know, so from a commercial standpoint, from a standpoint of awareness,
yeah,
you know, Soulja Boy got those records, and he, you know, for as much as we make fun of him saying he was the first to do this, he was the first to do that, you know, he's right on a lot of that.
Some of it he is.
He's very much right.
Now
do I think Soulja Boy is a better rapper?
No, that's not even.
Enjoy anything Soulja Boy has done more than the marathon? No,
or at all.
Yeah,
or at all.
No, he doesn't have anything better than anything that Nipsey has done. But when you talk, like, there are TV shows, you know, Homicide: Life on the Streets is a much better show than, I don't know,
Soulja Boy's catalog,
than According to Jim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But we don't know that show, like, you know, it was set in Baltimore. We don't know that show like we know According to Jim, because According to Jim was a mainstream hit that everybody admits wasn't a particularly great television. It didn't win any awards.
Never even heard of it.
Heard of it, never watched it.
Yeah,
heard the name.
But, you know, it's like
the Friends in the Wire.
Yeah, but when I say, you know, Homicide: Life on the Streets, most people who are listening have no idea what I'm talking about. So, I mean, just like a lot of people who call themselves rap fans and people who listen to the radio every day didn't know about Nipsey Hussle until he died. So, I mean, I know
and that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, but this is blasphemous in a lot of ways, but at the same time, I completely understand. Because right now, even you know, if you're in certain spaces, you don't hear Nipsey Hussle's music at all.
Nah,
I literally played it in the car 3 days ago.
I mean, I still play it. I mean, I play Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
And I really rarely have played Soulja Boy. But
you know, if you're at a wedding or something,
impact,
you know, if you're at a wedding or a graduation or at a prom,
you got to play Crack
Rings
That
Off,
or something like that. But I mean, Soulja Boy's cultural influence on the rap game is solidified.
Yes.
Because he came in at a time where YouTube wasn't being used.
Yep.
And he capitalized off of that. He made very catchy songs that stuck. Whereas Nipsey Hussle is kind of would you consider him an urban legend now since he's gone?
I mean, I think he's legendary.
He's definitely legendary.
Especially when you factor in the fact that, you know, he was one of the first people to sell his project for like
that's true.
A lot of money and stuff like that. But his impact on that level of the culture, I don't think is as big. I think it's probably because Soulja Boy's crossed over into pop culture a little bit.
Yeah. And plus Nipsey's what made him special was, outside of him making dope music, was the fact that he had the Marathon store in his hood, stayed at home, pushed the brand. All that stuff goes into it. He was talking about
he was a
education and building things in the
blueprint of giving back to the hood, and essentially that's what got him killed.
And that goes towards that went towards his legend. But one of y'all just said it. You talk about crossing over. I think you said that long.
Yeah.
Soulja Boy is across the world. No matter what I think about his catalog or whatever I think about, I don't even know any Soulja Boy songs, if we're being honest, outside of the bigger records.
Yeah.
But we laugh at him saying he's the first, like Jay said, but
I mean, but he's been the first a lot of times.
yes.
At the end of the day, though, in this particular situation, is what do you want to be remembered by?
Right.
I think Nipsey's impact is a more positive one, regardless of the content of his music, versus Soulja Boy. As far as what I would want to be remembered as, somebody that actually gave back.
Yeah.
Somebody that tried to do something positive.
Right.
And that's not taking anything away from Soulja Boy. That's just more so what I relate to versus Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy came up at a time where I was pretty much already grown.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to relate to him the same way that a lot of the youth maybe have related to him or still do to a certain extent. But they don't really big up Soulja Boy anymore. It's basically all off of what he's already done.
I don't want to say he was a one-hit wonder because he
Nah, it
wasn't.
wasn't that.
Oh, he had a wave.
He had a wave, but like if we're gonna talk catalog,
Nah.
if we talk strictly like hip hop music, it's not even close. But
Nah, it's
we're
not.
talking about something that's a little bit bigger than that,
And you know that's
which is unfortunate
We're-
and it's frustrating that conversation has to be had to a degree because
it is, but it just that's something that I feel like we've always done on this show. This is one of those examples where sometimes you just got to keep it a buck, and we keep it a buck.
Yeah.
His influence and his overall impact is just bigger.
yeah,
It's just bigger, lasted longer, and it just is. It is what it is.
But you know, people make these comparisons with artists that kind of don't even compare to each other.
yeah, it doesn't even make sense really.
Because when you think about it, if you think about the content of their music, it's not even in the same genre. Even.
Almost.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
rap,
It's technically,
but it's not,
but it's not really.
yeah, it's not the same type of thing. Soulja Boy makes music as, I mean, they're both entertainment,
Right.
But Soulja Boy's is more so entertainment, a dancey, a childish.
It's
even.
geared towards the youth.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Nipsey is talking about life. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that really happened. Stuff that's going to motivate you to do something.
Right.
So it's going to, you know what I'm saying, put the battery in your back to start that business, to, you know what I'm saying, remove yourself from that situation. That's kind of how I see it. So I can't really compare the two artists like that.
Yeah, the more I think about this and I get even extra nerdy on it, he says Soulja Boy is more of a rap legend than Nipsey. I would say he's more of a pioneer, but I don't know if he's really more of a legend.
You think Nip might be more legendary in terms of when you look at hip hop as a whole?
Yeah, like in 20. Well, I don't know
Because
I don't know.
Nip,
it's again like to Terry's point. They don't even compare to. It doesn't make sense to compare.
But part
those
of,
two.
unfortunately, Nip's legend is how he was removed from this earth.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's not. That's truly, unfortunately, it's not fair. You know, because
he's an icon out there though.
He is.
By far,
he is
out there.
You know, but I mean, trust me. You know, I wish nothing but love, peace, and health to Soulja Boy. But you know, if something happened to him, his situation will not be at the Staples Center.
No.
Oh, you got me there.
No, that's very true.
Got me there.
And even some of the
You got me there.
yeah, that's very true.
And if it comes down to movies, life stories, I'm tuning in to Nips before I'm tuning in Soulja Boys.
Yeah.
Although both of them would probably be pretty good if they did it right.
Yeah, one of them.
But I'm more interested in seeing
I think
Nip's story.
Soulja Boy feels like a documentary.
Yeah, his is like TLC and Nipsey's is like HBO
Like, or Lifetime.
or something. Yeah, you know, it's
Soulja
like,
Boys is the Lifetime
Tubi.
story.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's a little different.
Tubi got a little more heat on there than y'all think though.
The same person playing
Does it really?
And they've got a lot of trash too.
What you say, Lone? The same
Same
person?
person that playing Soulja Boy, same person that played Jermaine Jackson, and that. Maybe not.
No, we can't
Soulja
have
Boy would
that.
probably play himself.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. Just making jokes.
Soulja Boy would probably play himself.
Couldn't wait to see you, Hazel.
Can't do this to our fans.